The problem, this message I would like to preach in the future, is for the whole world. The whole world talk about they're Christian. So when you say you're a Christian, I want to believe that you're talking about you know God.
Yeah.
Right or wrong? Mm-hmm. People talk about God but don't know God.
Yeah.
This is just unbelievable. And something's coming to me about, especially some uncircumcised Philistine that wants to argue. Me, I think a person that wants to argue with me is nothing but a nut. Why? Because of the gift and the glory of God and the presence of the Lord and the Spirit of the Lord that He has put upon me. Yeah. Me, I'm a nobody. I'm just a nobody. But Adam is something else. And I'm not talking about me. I'm not talking about me. And you know, especially people that want to get smart with me. You see, you're a Christian? Would you demonstrate God for me? You're a Christian, demonstrate God for me. Because a child of God has to demonstrate the power of God that's in him if you have it. Demonstrate it. I'll tell you what. This week I said to people, but like, hey, listen, I'm gonna have a book coming out. Okay? And not only the book will say, you can go see people that were healed by the power of God. There's lots in here. But here at the same time, Ed is at Shiloh, and he was healed by God, and he never noticed until maybe 4 months after. That's the way God works. Christian wants, magic. God says He's going to heal you, He's going to heal you. You know, we say, and this is for the whole world, this message. We say we're Christian, but no power. That's impossible. That is impossible. This is, me, I think I'm a guy that is not very desirable. Okay? But yet, when I've heard so many times in Texas, all over, Adam, when you speak, you grab me. You move me. I don't. It's the Spirit of God that does that. And you know something, Rebecca? I want to pick on you a little bit, okay? What's wrong with telling the whole story? And Larry one time said to me, boy, he says, when you talk, you go to every little thing. I said a story one time that I came from the colony, and at night, and I was running out of gas and something like that. While he was sitting on the chair, what the heck happened to this guy? You know, what happened to him? Yeah. But that's the way I talk. When I talk about God, it's the same thing. Okay, with enthusiasm. Boy, that's a big word. I had to go deep to get that one. Anyway, I'm not going to speak very long, but I want to tell you something. Back up what you say. You're a Christian, you belong to God, you got the Holy Spirit, God leads you, back it up. I'm so sick and tired of hearing people, especially people that want to come against me. I'm going to start putting them in their place. Because I've got the testimony of Jesus Christ that follows me. Not mine, His. The testimony of Jesus Christ. And we say we're Christian, but you know something? No signs. The Bible says, and I keep quoting this and quoting that all the time. In Mark chapter 15, verse 15 and 16, He says, these signs shall follow the believer. You're a Christian, you're a believer, you want to argue with me? Where's your sign?
That's right.
I'm sick and tired of that. Where's the signs? When this woman, and what? I want to help you here, Arnie, but when you tell a story, try and tell it the whole story. So I have to help you today. And it's your testimony. It's mine too, but it's your testimony. One thing I did say, though, so I'm to blame too. You thought I was going to give you heck. Yeah. I said, I want to talk to you. Yeah. And was I mad at you? Yes, I was. And I was with Ed outside. So Adam Art was at work. And I was upset at you because you don't listen. You want help, but like everybody else, but you don't listen. Now when I counsel people, I tell them, you want my advice? Are you going to listen? If you're not going to listen, don't ask me. Yesterday I hung up on a guy because he won't listen. I hung up twice on him. Guy phoned me to do his wedding. And they come from Ukraine. I don't know where they're from. And I told them, I said, listen. Well, he said, we never did this. I said, you never did this? Then are you going to listen to me? I know how to do it. But you got to do what I tell you. You go to the drugstore, get a marriage license. Both of you come and see me. We set a date and I do the ceremony. That's only 3 things. Can you remember them? Another person phones me, he can barely speak English. Okay. And then I left it off for 2 hours. Then the guy phoned me that can speak English. I said, you know what? I'm glad somebody can speak English. The last guy was speaking in tongues. And I couldn't understand his language. You know something? The way I talk and the way I act, nobody wants. The world, people under the law don't want that. But I'll tell you something, it's working for me and I'm not going to change it. If you're not interested in the Lord, get out of my face. If you're not interested in me helping you about the things of the world and making money, don't ask me. Or come home. Okay, now I'm saying to you, like, you're you and I'm me and everybody's different, and I realize that. But let your testimony be something that is very precious to you, that you think of it often and you remember every detail so you can tell it without leaving anything out. I know some of you, I've heard your testimony, I know your testimony, I was there. But when you tell it, I'm wondering, you'd have a hard time writing a book. That's the way you talk. Like, talk about all the details because it's important. But now I want to go back to God and your God. There's something that you're not getting. And I'm going to tell you. You, being Deborah's husband. You, the God that's in your life, that you say you have, is your God. They say there's only one God, yeah. But that's the God that you know. Deborah is the God that you know. Every one of you in here, you have a God. Me, I got a friend, a brother, but a friend. I love all of you, but Ed is very special to me. Okay? And I know him. And I know I can ask him anything. This week he has his nerve. He came and asked me to do a job. Oh my goodness. I won't say what it is. Okay? But I know him. And I'm using him for example. I love all of you. But Ed is special to me. Okay. I mean, I ask something from Ed, I mean, it's always yes. So I always have to be careful that I don't use him. Or him use me. I have to say that. Okay. I want you to get something here. Okay? And this is working on me. That's why I want to preach on it. The God of Elijah. Okay? Elijah talked about his God. Now, there's other people that say they're Christian, like all of you say, I'm a Christian. But Elijah says, put your God to the test to see what he's going to do for you. And because it was most likely a very dry year or dry land, he says, call fire from heaven. And let's prove your God. And that's what you know what I want to do to people. Prove your God. You see you have a God, then prove it. So they called on their God. You see, this is what I want you to get here. I know my God, but I don't know yours. You see, I'm not telling you, I'm not the judge of it, but by your fruit, yeah, I do can tell. But he says, let your God prove himself. So he said, let's build an altar. And he says, call on your God. And then he's standing there like I'm standing at stupid Christian today. Why do you say stupid Christian? Because they say they're Christian, but no power. You know something? It's not going to happen for you today like that. But make up your mind where your mind is during the week. And where are you? You don't get God by kneeling down and say, Lord, come into my heart. Oh Lord, let me know when you're going to come. You need to prepare yourself. To do the will of God and the work of God, you need to be a prepared person. That when the situation arises, you're ready for it. He said, call upon your God. And he started to call upon his God, and he was there standing. He said, you know what? You're not loud enough. You're going to be louder than that. Then this went on for how long? But for a long time. You need, maybe sleeping. Wake him up. Is your God sleeping? Maybe you need to wake him up. And when their God did not answer, like most people's God don't answer them, but it's their God. I want you to know, if your God doesn't answer you, is your God. Mine answers me. What is it that you're not doing? And it must have been a dry year. And after a long time of trying, he says, okay, get out of the way. I'll prove my God now. They built an altar. And they made like when I plant trees at Shiloh, I make a little trench that my best friend Julia comes with a lawnmower and closes it. But anyway, I showed him. He'll talk to you. He told me he was going to talk to you. I see everything. Okay. They make a trench. Now he says, it must have been, my mind is going wild. It must be because it was very dry. Okay? He says, pour some water on the altar. Pour some, and lots of water. And pour it on the trench. Trench? What am I saying? Trench. And when he did that, he called upon his God and the fire came down. When I called upon my God, the fire came down in all of your lives. Yeah. That's the God that I know. Which one is your God? And I'll finish this message another time. Well, I didn't start yet. Wait. I preached a message about pride a while ago. Yeah. Not long ago. Yeah. Remember how ugly I am in my book? And when something is ugly, it wants to hide from people because it's so disgusting. Okay? Okay. Some of you have way too much pride in you. Me, I know that I got nothing to do with this. You know, I question God. Why, Lord? Why are you showing me the things that you're showing me? And I don't have the Bible. Somebody asked me a question. The answer's there. Wisdom that walks. I got something to talk about, okay? And new people that I'm talking to, I'm starting a Bible study with all of them. There'll be as much people as people here. And you know what? You need to prepare yourself. You need to... Don't blame somebody in here if your God is dead. That's not my fault. But what I want to drive home, why are people's God... I mean, the people I was talking to do not know what a Christian is. Can you believe that one of the elders does not know what a Christian is? And he was, and I've got something for him when I'm going to get back, because it was my first time meeting him. You got to be careful. But here the man is a leader in the churches and knows nothing. And the people that he's talking to know nothing, so nobody knows anything, and it goes on week after week after week after week. It looks like they like me. But anyway, okay. It looks like they like me. But I'm going back to what I said about being ugly. But the Spirit of God that's in me, in the second Adam, people want that. I want the God. How many times have I heard in my life? He never said it this way, but he was certainly one of them, and all of you. I want the God that you know. Yeah. I want the God that you know. So what is it that we're not hungry enough? And once you know that God, you become the salt of... I'm not going to keep talking, Ed. He pushed me in. I'm not noticing it when I'm talking.
Okay, somebody asked him a question, he'll keep on.
Yeah. No, okay, I'm just going to say this here. We are, and I've said that years ago in my message, and when I preach, the Bible said that once we belong to God, we are the salt of the earth. And I explained what the salt does. Most of you probably forgot. And it says to me once in a while, he comes to me and says, you know what? He says, I preach your message. Then he looked at me, but he says, but I give you no credit. No, I'm just kidding. It's all God's word. It's not my word to begin with. We are the salt of the earth, the light of the world. I'm going to explain to you what the salt I did before, and I did both of them, but you forgot, because it was not important. What is the salt? Why the salt of the earth, and why the light of the world? Okay? Let your light, most of you in here, I'm not going to put you on the spot, but if I were to ask you, what does it mean, let your light so shine before man, that he may see your good work and glorify the Father which is in heaven? Most likely, most of you don't know what it means. Listen to the words. I'm going to break it down, man. Larry accused me of breaking everything down while I'm going to do it. Let your light, okay, you don't know by now what light I'm talking about. Not a candle light. Let your light so shine before man, that he may see your good work. It's nothing to do with the flesh. They may see your good works. Example. And say, you know what? I want that God. Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good work and glory because of the light that's in you. The testimony that you have, they'll glorify God. There's people that have seen miracles taking place that are worshiping and glorifying God till this day that I've talked to. What is it? They did not me. They saw the light that was in me. Okay? That the light is, okay, another example. When I've spoken in Texas, one woman stood up in the midst of the people and said, Adam, when you talk, something grabs me. That's the light. That's the light they see. That's the light that, with light, you can see something. You get it? With light, you can see something. And when your light shines, you can see what you got. And they want it. And they're going to glorify, but God is real. God is really real. People that will read the second book, I'm telling you, it's going to change their life. They're going to be that book's going to be a testimony unto people that the miracle don't only happen in the time of Christ, but it happened today. Now, you are the light of the world, the salt of the earth. What is the salt of the earth? Salt makes you the same thing said in a different way. Salt makes you thirsty. And if you have the salt, if you've been touched by God, but your God is dead, you have lost, help me, your favor. Savor is your taste. Eh?
That's right.
Okay. If the light has gone down in you, you have lost your savor. Eh? Savor. Okay. Now, salt, we're supposed to, if we know God, we have salt in us. Okay, that's an illustration. And salt that has not lost their savor, when you talk to people, they'll be hungry for more. Some of you, I couldn't keep you away from my house when I met you. Why? Not you were not after me, you were after the salt. See? So here's talking about you are the light of the world and the salt of the earth. And then he goes on explaining what salt is. You know? And when I talk to some people this week, the leader, he wants, no. What are you smoking? Back up on your verse. You don't know. I said, you don't know where the verses are? I'm telling you where the verses are and you're arguing?
Yeah.
What's wrong with you? What are you smoking? And the first time I saw him, imagine the second time. God bless you. I want to leave the service back to you and give it back to you because, you know something, most likely you're wondering when is he going to get off of this pulpit so I can talk about the things that God has done for me.